Dear members of the Special High-Level Dialogue on the Sustainable Development of Africa, President of the General Assembly, President of ECOSOC, members of the civil society, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Essam Heggy. I am an earth scientist. 25 years ago, I have left my home country, Egypt, and my continent, Africa, to study water and climate evolution in deserts as well as on other planets like Mars. This year, the COP27 is taking place in Africa, in what I believe is a critical time for humanity and a unique climate context. Make no mistake, this COP is unlike no others. It comes in a moment where our planet is witnessing a rising water, energy, and food crisis that I personally believe, as a scientist, could have been avoided if more belief in earth and climate research have found its way to decision makers. Climatic crisis and the conflicts they generate are there to remind us that diplomacy alone cannot resolve our challenges if regional science and observations is lagging behind. We cannot resolve a problem that we do not understand. And when it comes to water resources and the impact of sea level rise on deserts, areas like North Africa and the Arabian Peninsula are still way behind. In the city of Sharm el-Sheikh, you are in the intersect of these two areas. That these areas are lacking observations and suffer from a wide disbelief in climate research, often seen as auxiliary when compared to other political crises in the area. The truth is that we can continue to fight each other, and maybe one of us will win. But if we go in fight against nature, we all lose. Unlike any previous conference of parties, the country hosting this year is one undergoing severe climatic and environmental challenges. Today, Egypt, a nation of 100 million inhabitants, is the country with one of the highest water budget deficit per capita in Africa. That deficit is expected to double in 2050, reach 250 meter cube per year per inhabitant. The same trends are observed in neighboring Libya, Sudan, as well as other Eastern African nations. The deficit is caused by the growing water demand and the growing population, and is forecasted to increase as more dams and more drought are forecasted in the Nile Basin. Today, East Africa and the Nile Basin riparian nations, which are forecasted to reach a population of 500 million in the upcoming few decades, are left with rudimentary tools to face the growing challenges of climate fluctuations that causes water scarcity and impact the food security of these nations. Furthermore, Egypt and North Africa coastlines are undergoing threat of erosion, sea level rise, both accentuating the effect of coastal floods, degrading the coastal aquifers, and deteriorating sandy beaches and deltas that served for thousands of years as food basket for successive civilizations. The above did not happen by surprise overnight. It happened because of ignoring environmental, climatic, and demographic operational constraints for decades. Furthermore, mistakes on every level due to the lack of realistic, comprehensive, long-term plans resulted in aggravating the situation. Water stress and climate change impacts in arid areas are not a fatality. We can mitigate them if proper measures are taken in place. I am calling on every decision maker in developing nations to support climate research in arid areas through these basic actions. First, all international aids for arid nations for the next decades should focus mainly on water and climatic research, improving the technical capabilities of local research authorities. We can perceive a complementary salary given by the UN to help the scientists, the local scientists, to stay in place. That could be one of the options or one of the solutions. The second, incentive and additional support should be given to global universities hosting water and climate change programs, supporting arid areas. Faculty and students in these universities are working very hard to support their fellow scientists in arid regions, and a lot of this effort end up not being recognized by the academic community. Space and environmental agencies should establish rigorous programs for assessing climate change in arid areas, similar to those in Antarctica and in Greenland. The perception that climate change impacts on Africa is a regional issue often lead to this to be treated as a charity question and drop from several academic research institutions and end up to be managed by development agencies and not by scientific institutions, which aggravated the situation. I personally had more rewarding academic career looking for water on Mars than in my own desert in my native home country. My story is the story of thousands of water scientists that are abroad as expats, and their return will definitely help Africa move forward. Thank you very much.